Hello, everybody. I am so happy to see you here today. We are going to read a book together today. It is a springtime book that my family really enjoys. I'm excited to show it to you. And as we read this book together, I'm going to ask and you're going to answer some WH questions. Okay, so before we get started with the book, let's go over a couple things. So I said it was a springtime book. Let's take a look at this. Spring is the season we're in right now. So I'm sure that, in school and in preschool and on your shows and at home, you've heard about our 4 seasons before. So like I said, spring is where we are right now, and spring is a time when things are growing back from over the winter. Flowers are blossoming, grass is coming back, lots of animals are having their babies. Okay, so I think I may have mentioned in some of my other videos, we just had a bird build a nest on our back porch, and it's been a little messy, but it's also been fun seeing her, build her nest and grow her family, and we're excited to see if these baby birds are going to hatch sometime soon this spring. Our other seasons that we have are summer. That comes after spring. That's when we're off school and it's super hot and everything is growing as big and as green as it will the entire year. Fall comes after summer. That's when we go back to school. That's when it starts to get a little cooler and things stop growing. Our leaves start to fall off of the trees. This is the time of year, like Halloween and Thanksgiving is during the fall time. The season after fall is winter. Okay, and that's the season we just left. It was super cold and snowy. We didn't get a ton of snow this year, but we still went through this winter season, and now here we are in spring. And I love springtime, so we have lots of good spring books to read in our house that I'll share with you in the next couple weeks. Like I said, while I'm reading this book, I'm going to ask you those WH questions that we always focus on in speech. So a lot of you are going to recognize this. It is my WH board that I have in my speech room. So this lets us know what kind of answers people are looking for when they ask you those WH questions. So if someone is asking you a who question, they're looking for a person answer. So if I ask you, who made you breakfast? It's probably someone in your house, probably a person, right? Now in this book, sometimes the answer to our who questions will be animals too. So who questions are usually looking for a person or an animal answer. Let's bump over here. Where questions are looking for a place answer. So if I said, where do you sleep at night? You might say, in my room. Where do you play? In my backyard. Where do you buy groceries? At Giant Eagle. Those are all places. So where questions are looking for place answers. When questions are looking for time answers. So there's lots of different time words that we can use. We might say a specific day, like Saturday or Sunday. We might say the month, like April or May. We might say the date, the 17th. We might talk about the week, the month, the year. We might say a long time ago. Those are lots of different examples of answers to when questions. And what those all have in common is that they're all answers that describe time. Okay, so when questions are looking for time answers. Now, what and why questions, these are a bit trickier, and it's not because they're hard to answer, it's just because there could be different answers for what and why questions. Okay, so what questions, if I asked you what is your favorite food, what would you say? And if I asked you, or if I asked Mom, what is your favorite food? She might have a different answer. And if we asked Grandpa, what's your favorite food? He might have a different answer. So what questions all have related, but maybe different answers? And the same with why. Why answers might be a little bit different. So who, where, and when questions usually only have one right answer, but what and why could have different answers. So that's why we want to practice knowing how to answer each of these questions, because they give so much information to the people around us. They let us share, they let us tell stories, tell about our day, share about what we've learned in school. And whenever you ask these questions, this gives you the power to find out so much in your world. So WH questions, I'm a fan of, because we can use them to get a lot of good things in our world. Okay, so let's get started with our story, my friends. It is Little Blue Truck's Springtime. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if you have ever read Little Blue Truck books, but I love them because they rhyme and because the art in them is just so cute. There's all kinds of cute animals and beautiful colors. So let's get started. Okay, I have my questions written down here. I'm gonna put them over here so I might look at them after we read the page. Okay. Little Blue Truck is on the road taking a drive with his good friend Toad. It's a yoo-hoo sky blue spring sing day. Who do they see along the way? And that's what we're going to find out in this book, is who they see. So take a look at that, my friends. Take a look at that picture. And here's my first question for you. Who is taking a ride with the Little Blue Truck? Do you remember? If you don't remember, take a look at this photo. Tell me, who is taking a ride with our Little Blue Truck? I see him. It's our Toad. If you said Toad, good listening and good looking. Nice job. What else do you see in this picture? I see some of those spring things we talked about, like a bird building a nest, some flowers growing back on this bush and in these trees, some flowers popping up over here in the field. Lots of spring activity. What do you see? Let's go to our next page. Yoo-hoo sheep, beep, beep. What is new? Let's open this. A little white lamb and a twin lamb too. Look at that. Little Blue Truck pulled up to this barn, said, "What's new?" A little white lamb and a twin lamb too. So, who was in that barn? You just saw it. Do you remember? Who was in that barn? If you said lamb and her babies, you got it right. Let me shut this again. How many babies were in that barn? Do you remember? How many babies? Were there 1 or 2 or 3? Let's check. If you said 2, you got it right. How many babies? There were 2. Let's go to our next page. Who's out swimming in a line? Yoo-hoo duck and ducklings 9. Take a look at that. See a duck swimming in the little pond with all her ducklings. It said there were 9 of them. What's another farm animal that could swim in water? What's another animal that you might see that could swim? Could a cow swim in a pond? Maybe, but you usually don't see cows swimming in ponds. Could a horse swim in a pond? Maybe, but again, you usually don't see horses swimming in ponds. What about a frog? I asked you that question because I want you to pay attention to the frogs on these pages. Take a look at this. See this frog right here with the flowers in her hair? On every page, Toad, riding with Little Blue Truck, is going to pick up more and more of his frog or toad friends. Take a look at this. We started off with just Toad in the truck, and now he's got a little friend up there with him. How cute. So as we turn each page, I want you to look at the Toad in the truck and see what's new in that truck. Okay. Yoo-hoo, goat, what do you say? Can the kids come out to play? Yoo-hoo, cow, just munching corn. Yoo-hoo, little calf, just born. Look at that. How cute is that? Okay, so here's my first question for you. Do you remember what I said the cow was eating? What was the cow eating? You remember? It says, yoo-hoo, cow just munching corn. So if you said corn, you were using those listening and looking skills. I love it. There you go. There's something else I want to talk to you about. Did you hear it said, can the kids come out to play? Do you know why it said that? Because a baby goat is called a kid. And over here it says, little calf just being born. A baby cow is called a calf. You might already know some of these baby animal words, but if not, I thought it was pretty cool. I wanted to point those out to you. Okay, let's look at our next one. Mama pig, who's in your pen? Yoo-hoo, piglets, 1 to 10. Look at all those baby pigs in that mud pit with her. So here's what I want to ask you about this one. Where is this pig pen? Where is the pig pen? Is it in front of the house or is it behind the house? Where is the pig pen? In front or behind? If you said in front, you got it. This pig pen is in front of this house. If it was behind, it would be way back there behind the house. You got it. And take a look. Did you see these frogs in the truck like I told you? More and more. I keep calling them frogs, but I guess they're toads. Look at all these toads. Lots of toad friends piling up in that truck, huh? Okay. Ears in clover. That looks funny. Hippity hop. Yoo-hoo, bunny. Bunny sister, bunny brother, and another, and another. Look at all those bunnies in the field. It just never ends. There's so many of them in there, and one is cuter than the next. Oh my gosh, and we are overflowing with toads in this truck. Look at that. So it looks like these bunnies are all munching clover. But can you tell me something else? What else do bunnies like to eat? If you said carrots, you are thinking the same thing I was. When I think of bunnies and their most favorite snack in the world, I always think about bunnies chomping on a big carrot in a garden. What's this nestled in the grass? Check it out before we pass. Tap, tap. Anybody home? Who's inside this smooth round dome? What do you think's in there? You think it's a baby toad? No. Do you think it's a baby horse? No. What's in there? Let's find out. Crickety crack, everybody shout. Yoo-hoo, chick, come on out. Look at that little spring baby. Oh, how sweet. Fresh baby being born in the springtime. Yoo-hoo sun, yoo-hoo sky, yoo-hoo white clouds sailing by, birds that sing and frogs that leap, yoo-hoo spring, beep, beep, beep. I love this picture. Look at this, all of the barnyard friends all gathered around to see little blue truck. And look at that truck, just full of toads. Oh. told me I have a low battery. That's okay. Look at that truck full of toads. Now I want you to look at this page. I want you to tell me, what is your favorite animal on this page? I think my favorite animal might be these little tiny piglets. Look how cute that one is with the flower crown. Now I want you to ask whoever you're reading with, what is your favorite animal in the picture? So whoever you're watching this with and reading this book with right now, I want you to look at them and say, what is your favorite animal? All right, my friends, I love Little Blue Truck Springtime. So cute. And I love asking all those WH questions so that we're thinking about this book, and I can tell that if you're following along with me or not. I hope that you enjoyed this story as much as I did, and I will talk to you very soon, my friends. Bye.